When Pluto comes for me, there is no warning. He moves so slowly that tracking his transits obsessively is counterproductive. Obsessing over how bad it will feel when he sequesters me, hands over my neck and mouth, and drags me into the underworld. That would make all existence vile, so I don't. I mostly ignore him until the violent snaring begins. Passing eons of oceans and thick, muddy roots that pull at my hair and scrape my soft skin as I am forced down and down into what never ends. When I try to breathe, my lungs fill with grief, so I hold my breath until I can't tell whether my chest is caved in or not. There are moments during our descent when we stop to rest. It is there that I again feel the sweetness of my body and remark at how beautiful the landscape is, no matter what kind of hell we are in. He says nothing, his nose angular and his hair wild, eyes hooded and reflecting the night. He just stares off into the distance. He does not come to court, nor enchant, nor speak. He's not like Odin, not like Yemaya. Pluto has no grand presence. Frozen at the corners of our known galaxy, of our hearts, I do suppose it gets lonely there. I was 10 years old the first time that we met. Intensely lonely and with no sense of belonging to anyone or any place. He only grazed me then with his thorny fingers. When I was old enough to breed, he hurled me into his realm for the first time. I grasped at all I could to ease the pain. Alcohol, external validation. He eventually let go for a short period of time, and I returned to the land of the living. Forever, however, scarred by his deeds. From the underworld, the sunrise is a curse, each sunrise a taunting of that which I will never have again, amplifying and magnifying the many precious things that I have forsaken for the spaciousness of my soul. I look at him again and he says nothing, caught in a trance, glare, forcing the sun down and down, hateful and jealous. He has cuts on his cheeks. He is resentful of all that is warm. But he does not lie to me. And once I arrive in his damp palace, with stalactites dripping nectar from a world he has been banished from, he ensures that I have only the finest of luxuries at my beck and call. I am alone, but I am bathed in pomegranate juice and goat's milk. I am massaged by eternal stones that hold my heat, reminding me that I am alive. When we send all unwanted energies into the furthest corners of the universe, sometimes they don't quite make it as far as we intended. Sometimes they are magnetized through the storms of Jupiter, over the walls of Saturn, past the deep echoes of Uranus and mists of Neptune, to 2.7 billion miles away. And from that domain, sometimes, Pluto reflects all that I reject, and it blinds me. And suddenly, 2.7 billion miles is mere seconds. Within the feasts of his palace, the finest linens in service, there is no moment in which I hear the word no. I hear nothing, just the dripping of nectar upon the rocky floors. I hear nothing except for the occasional howl of rejection coming from Eden. It echoes in the chambers of lust and coveted goods. There is more gold here than the earth has ever known, and also things that are far more precious than any jewel I would recognize from my human experience. It is here in the dark, reminding you that the body is not a coincidence, it is a portal. This is my Pluto story. This is my karmic price of admission to dance on the garden planet. What happens to your body when you travel to the underworld? My voice grows meeker. I only extend pleasantries. Sometimes, someone stops to ask if I'm okay. I shake hands softly. I retreat. What is your relationship with Pluto? When he comes for you, does he bust down the door or do you surrender? Do you go looking for him? Do you hurl yourself into the abyss, hoping to taste the flowers that spring from what has died? If you do, then you know they are the most fragrant flowers of all. Sparks from the void. Megan.